All right, everyone, how are we doing tonight? Crypto Mine 64, how are we doing? Bullish retest of the 21 of the 21st. Pump coming. Okay. Bullish retest of the 21st. We did get a retest. You're absolutely right. How we doing, fam? I hope you guys missed a live. I had a couple days to recover. Shouldn't be coughing much anymore. We'll get this thing rocking and rolling. Hopefully people remember the London live is at 1 a.m. If not, that is fine. We got our Tokyo live tomorrow. So couple things here on Bitcoin. Ty Scott, just when I said Asia didn't do much. Yeah, I thought about the whole thing today, man. When we were pumping, I'm like, come on. Typically, Asia does not do much. You're correct. So, Loza, how are we? Guys, how are we doing? Is everybody ready to make some money or what? Let's make some money, fam, okay? So, I'm going to show you the trade setup I'm in a bit here. But this is definitely a bullish retest, as Crypto Mine said. Now, I have a couple problems with this bullish retest. The 18 hour is looking very good. The daily is looking okay. But the 3-day looks absolutely horrible. So, for Bitcoin to really break out like it did, this 3-day would need to break out. At this point, the 3-day needs to break out. Now, we have a bit more room to catch up to the 3-day right here, which means that Bitcoin could pump all the way to the top of this 3-day. But there's not much room. So the question is, how high is Bitcoin going to go? If we look at the weekly is very, very oversold, and we can see it moving up. Olga, good morning. Shout out to everybody being on the live. Did you guys remember there was a live tonight? Or good night, exactly. The other thing is, guys, I've learned not to go against my MACD, okay? Over and over and over again. Even though Bitcoin is looking very bullish, and I can't disagree with that, this is not good. Now, the 3-day is a very prominent time frame, but basically what you're seeing here is you're seeing Bitcoin ranging now overbought. The 18 hours oversold. But if you look at this trend right here, we're bouncing off this trend. Tokyo pumped and pretty much distributed for the whole time. So technically Tokyo can pump all the way up to 96. 96K is what Tokyo could technically pump up to. But then we got to look at our little peak of resistance right here. We can't be numb to that. And if you look at the Tokyo session, we had a little rising wedge on the 5-minute time frame. And we actually we broke the trend. So there's a possibility into London that we range, and then New York's probably going to be manipulation. There's a possibility we do go up to 92.9. Huge possibility. However, now if you look at the 1 hour, the 1 hour is overbought and the 1 hour hit the top. Remember, we've been trying to get the 1 hour to hit the top for a bit here. All week, we've been waiting for that 1 hour. Rejection. Another rejection, another fake out, another rejection, another fake out, another rejection. And finally, we hit the top. So typically when you hit the top, you're going to hit the bottom. Now, I can see overall Bitcoin's very bearish, and I'm going to tell you guys why. Typically when we break out of this, we're going to fly. We never did. We faked out. We broke out again. We faked out. We broke out again. We faked out. And then finally, we moved to the top. which means that typically the RSI is going to reset itself. And into London and opening into New York, the 15-minute RSI has hit the top. So possibly pump up to 92.9, maybe wick up to 93. And I'm talking possibility, okay? But for the most part, as of right now, 92.4 should be the top. Olga's saying around 92.6. I'm okay with that area too, right? Guys, let's run up the like button. Let's hit up the likes. We gave the algorithm a little break. Pump that algorithm for the London session and the UK peeps. Loza, you're on a power long, short AVE, and short VVV. Okay, I'm going to show you my top trade, guys. $1,000 could make you really good money on this trade. Okay, stacks. So I've been waiting for this trade. Just waiting, okay? Stacks is getting ready to absolutely dump. First, I want to kind of show you this setup here in stacks. Now, you got to give it enough room because this wicks hard. So you got to do lower leverage but stacks already broke the uptrend here. It faked out with some bearish divergence. And this 4 hour is just money right here. Look at your RSI and look at your MACD. So when I look at the market, guys, that have been very bullish on a particular coin or asset, I don't look at Bitcoin all the time. But what I do know is I know that stacks follows Bitcoin like a puppy. Anytime Bitcoin pumps, stacks is usually in the range. You guys could kind of look into stacks. But essentially what we're doing is we're just ranging here. So if you guys could find a short when it's overbought in the 5-minute, there's a potential for this to drop all the way down to about 33 cents. I'm in a short. It is bouncing at the fair value gap. Our 15-minute is oversold, which I don't like. But for the most part, this is bouncing at the fair value gap. You're pretty much below your 50 here. Anywhere in this region is a good short. I posted a setup for 3x to 4x. Like, look at this bearish divergence, guys. This is money right here. Money, high, low, low, high, right? Sinster Scalper, how you doing, man? I appreciate you. Stocks to look at, commodities, funded accounts. Absolutely, guys. We're going to talk about funded accounts very, very soon. We're going to have a class for February. The reason February is I need to get all the materials together. I've been sick for almost 2 weeks. So I'm going to talk to my business partner and light it up there, guys. But essentially, stacks is going to be the top play. So if you guys could get a short in on stacks, I'm short at around 38. Sure, it could bounce up to 39. Sure, it could bounce up to 38.5. But the initial trend here has broke. And this is just a money trade. There's a very fluke chance that this breaks out with how many indicators are showing that we're about to have a massive drop on stacks. Okay. Like, look at this. This bearish this is telling me that Bitcoin is absolutely going to dump. This is what this is telling me, because for a trade like this to have bearish divergence, that is telling me that Bitcoin's going to drop. This trade follows Bitcoin like a puppy. I'm telling you right now. It might not play out, but if you look at it right here, it is at the top of the weekly, guys. So this is my golden setup. Remember, we talked to everybody about AVE. Someone made 20 grand off the AVE trade. Okay. 20 grand off the AVE trade. This is an AVE type of trade. This is absolutely an AVE type of trade. Anywhere in this area, 3 to 4x, maybe 5x if you if you're okay with the range. But stacks is the play, the golden play. And it could potentially dump all the way back down here, just so you guys know. You just got to hold it for a certain amount of time. And typically people don't like holding trades, guys, but when something like that has that much bearish divergence on that particular time frame, that is a money setup right there. All right. So that's my play, stacks. Okay. Shout out to everybody, guys. What trades are y'all in? Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. Feeling a lot better. I appreciate you guys for dealing with my voice the past 2 weeks. I just needed the weekend, I think, because I've been doing it live every single day, right? So I didn't really get any rest. You're on an ICP short. Okay, Tau short, absolutely. So stacks is my play. If you want to know the entry, this would be the entry anywhere in this area. You're going to put a stop loss at 45, 0.45, non-financial advice. Do your own research, guys. Protect your own capital, okay? All right, Tau. So Tau broke out. EK, how you doing, EK? Welcome to the live. I appreciate you guys all on the live, guys. Hit that like button. Share it to your family. Share it to your friends. Get on Twitch. Let's roll this thing. I'm feeling a lot better, which means that I could look at more coins and give you guys what you want. Okay, let's look at Tau. So Tau did break out, right? This whole market has bearish dive, guys. This whole market has bearish dive. Every altcoin I'm looking at has bearish dive. Something's coming, fam. I don't want to tell you guys a dump is coming. I don't want to be that guy, but all I'm going to say is lock in on shorts. So if we are looking at Tau, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It has a nice double top here. This trend broke right here on Tau. Let me actually take off the Ichimoku cloud for a moment. There we go. So this would be your channel right here, your sideways consolidation channel. I would say Tau is a good short. Tau is just really ranging, though. I don't know. Tau's a tricky one. You got a huge death cross coming up here. It's looking like a really good short. Huge death cross coming up on Tau. I would say Tau's a good short. Not high leverage, though. Not high leverage. Let me see the liquidity gaps here. I can't even, man, the software doesn't work half the time. There we go. Or TradingView is just messed up half the time. I don't know. So I want to go to Bitcoin here first, right? And then we'll go to Tau. So okay, so we could possibly hit that 92.4, 92.6 again area, but this is probably going to be the top. There is a lot of liquidity here, 93, but the problem is this premium high is showing that people think Bitcoin is overpriced at 92.4. Okay. It is also a weak high. So it isn't a strong high. The other thing is the 4 hour is very, very overbought, guys. I'm seeing a big drop coming. So yeah, this is a very weak high, which means that it could be broken. The only thing I don't like is this 18 hours very, very bullish. And I'll go back to Tau in a moment. I'm trying to figure out this 18 hour. This 18 hour is very, very bullish. For now. But there's one key thing is it isn't touching the 20, so it could reverse. Now, there's a drop coming. There's a big drop coming. We're very, very overbought in the 4, and we're about to open up New York on a 4 hour time frame overbought. Yeah, you could potentially manipulate. But by the time New York opens on a Monday, guys, this 4 hour is going to be overbought. The 4 hour MACD is crossed up. That's fine. You know, this could be the top of resistance right here because that is that wick right there. Potentially, if this is the top of the resistance, that means we'd be going to about 88 because this is the downtrend. Keep in mind, we're on a downtrend even though we broke out. We're not on an uptrend, which is all weird because everybody's saying that the drop is playing out from 2020 whatever. We did break out. The problem is this isn't a clear breakout. Normally when you break out, you back test and then you fly. Like we ultimately should be at 96K right now. And I don't want to be bearish here, but I also don't want to be given false information. And what I'm seeing is a drop. Okay, let's look at Tau because I want to see our liquidity gaps right here. I don't like how much Tau is ranging. No, Tau should be fine to short. You just got to have enough low leverage for wicks, really. I don't know. Tau's a tricky one because there's a lot of support here. I think Tau's a good. Here's the trend line on Tau right here, right? So if it breaks this 283, Tau will absolutely drop. Hustle harder than you. How you doing? So what is the thesis of our overall community, guys? Are you thinking a big drop, a fake out? You think this is a huge bull trap? By the way, is anybody shorting stacks since I already talked about it? Because if you are, you're already in profit. Right there. This thing is going to come all the way down like bricks. We could see stacks at about 32. We could also see stacks at about 29, back at 29. Ken also posted the trade on stacks too as well, guys. Sylvester, how we doing? Josh, what do you think about the AMD profile is for today? Well, I'll be honest, I don't know much about it. Kind of fill me in with the AMD profile and what to pull up. Okay, guys, so London is going to open, and I would say London's going to range, but it looks like London is going to dump. Here's the thing, guys. Is New York the manipulation or is London? Because every single time in 2026, London has dumped. And every single time in 2026, New York has almost pumped for most of the days and manipulated. So I'm trying to figure out if London knows something that we as traders don't or think we do. Accumulation, manipulation. Oh, AMD, sorry. I thought you were talking about AMD computer chips. Yes. So AMD, yes. I know what AMD is. Okay. So Asia distributed. So Asia's in distribution mode. London is either going to be an accumulation or manipulation. Now, if London sells off, that means we're just straight bearish. But New York is probably going to be manipulation. We could probably guarantee New York is going to manipulate this thing tomorrow. The exchanges are making all their October losses hunting stop loss. Yep. Guys, all my trade entries have been at my stop loss. Every single trade entry I've been getting into is at my stop loss now. I've just been putting trade entries in my stop loss and I haven't been really losing. All right. Someone talked about XRP. Loza, you wanted me to look at power. I will look at power for you. Wow. Guys, is London going to dump? So XRP is a weird one to me because we never hit the top of that resistance, which means that we are as bearish as it looks. Like, look at this fake out. XRP is faking out here pretty hard. So even the top, if we go to the top here, guys, this is not looking good for XRP. You're faking out on the conversion line. So if you want to know how low XRP can go to, yeah, guys, I see a big drop coming. Big drop. If you guys want to know how low XRP can go to, play out the channel here. You're looking at about 186. 186 because you're breaking the conversion line. And you've got a low right here. You've already broken that channel. So you pretty much can come all the way down to about 186, which means that if I look at XRP, what is my stop loss on stacks? Well, my stop loss is 0.45, but it's not going to go back to that. I also have got big money and low leverage. That would be a good stop loss, low leverage, but I put big money into it and I'm going low leverage. But typically when I get into a trade, my stop loss is my entry. Honestly, stacks should be good as long as it doesn't break that previous high. So here's the thing with XRP, guys. 205 is a good take profit, but I'll be real with you. This is coming all the way down to 183, 186. This is looking really, really good on a drop. Hit that like button, guys. Let's run this up. Let's get the London live session trending. All right, look at this. XRP is just going to absolutely tank. But the ultimate question is here, why did we break out and everything's faking out? Now, London's about to open, guys. We might have a bit of accumulation here. So keep that in mind. And if you're also shorting stacks, keep this in mind here too, that this coin wicks very, very hard. So there's a possibility, well, I was going to say there's a possibility this ranges. It depends what London does, right? But there's a possibility this ranges from 37 to about 38.5, although the trend did break. But if I wanted a real good stop loss on this, I would probably say a stop loss would be this wick right here. I don't know, 40 cents would be a good stop loss, but I would still make the stop loss 40. 45, 0.45, because we're bearish, right? So we're bearish on stacks anyways. Bitcoin, we're just hanging out a bit. Bitcoin's not as bearish right now because you can see the MACD, the 4 hours turning up, right? So anytime Bitcoin pumps a bit, we're going to get a pump in altcoins. That being said, total 3. So here's the thing, guys, about total 3. Remember I said total 3 needs to get down to the bottom of the channel. Well, total 3 has just been ranging after the drop. And now it looks like total 3 is about to roll over. Look at the 4 hour on total 3, guys. Absolutely insane. The 4 hour on total 3 is looking like it is about to drop very, very hard. And that means New York is going to open. You tell me what New York is going to open with. I don't think New York is going to open with a pump. New York might open with a pump and then dump off of manipulation like Friday. But this is very, very overbought. So I can see total 3 coming back down to the bottom. Celinda, how you doing? Nice to see you today. Jerome Powell, Fed news is going to cause volatility. Yes. There is also the SEC is going after the DOJ. I don't know if you guys heard about that. All right, guys. So even though the 18 hours is very, very oversold, you can see that it is a fake out because the MACD is crossed. 18 hours oversold. Bitcoin too. The MACD is crossed, but 18 hours oversold. So even though we are potentially bullish in the shorter term here, I don't see us holding. I'll be real with you. I see Bitcoin coming all the way back down to 90 and even a lot lower. Rising wedge, guys, rising wedge. And the resistance right here too. Okay, let me look at power for Loza. Long on power or short on power? I'm hoping this is a short on power. Let me see. So power is so you've got some resistance on power here. The problem with longing a downtrend, guys, is it's very, very hard to long a downtrend. You got some rejection here on power at the conversion line. I'm not saying get out of your long, but this is going to be heavy resistance right here at about 16-ish. If we break this area on power, it should pump to about 20 cents. The problem with that, though, is the 15-minute is now very, very overbought. It's not a bad long, but like the daily is very bare. I don't know. The problem about power is if you're looking at power, the trend already broke, right? So it could hypothetically go to 20. But the trend already broke on power. So technically this was just a big pump and dump. And now you've got a rounded top. And honestly, if I'm being honest, I can see power going back all the way to about 3 cents. Could it hit 20 before that? For sure, 100%. Yeah, I don't know. This is a tricky one for me. Especially because you're below this area right here, right? So tricky one, tricky one. I'm not saying get out your long. It just doesn't look too bullish to me at the moment. It could, if it breaks that conversion line, it could pump up to 20. All right, Solana. Oh, look at Sol, 144. Double top on Sol. Look at this. Okay, so Solana is a wild card for me because we never hit the top of the channel. So we broke this little uptrend here on Sol. A little bit of a fake out here with some bearish divergence on Sol. Oh yeah, the Solana is going to drop here. Possibly. We need to break this uptrend first. But there's heavy bearish divergence on Solana. Honestly, guys, it looked like we just had a weekend pump into the market. A weekend pump. Look at that bearish dive on Sol. All the way from 141 to 144. What is about to happen in the market is my question. I could see Solana coming back to 137-ish. Even lower. This double top does not look good with how overbought we are. I am very curious to see what is about to happen in this market, guys. I don't like what I'm seeing. I just don't understand in my head how we broke out. We even back tested the trend. And I'm spewing some BS saying we're bearish. I don't get it. I do get it, but it doesn't make sense to me. We're almost overbought here on the 5-minute. Again, if you're just tuning in, guys, Stacks is the top trade with 37.7, baby. We're about to break that support. We break that support. Oh my gosh, this thing is going to dump. Argyle, Solana's going to 100. Well, you said it, not me. Argyle, how you doing, fam? Appreciate you. Hey, I want to say thank you for being on my morning lives. Thank you for being on my evening lives, man. You're every one of you guys. Seriously, every one of you. So, hold on. I want to show you guys something. Hold on. I want to show you guys here something. Okay. Is this a world we're in right now that K-pop demon hunters are trending all over the world? K-pop Korean bands are going absolutely insane. Alts just nuked. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, look, all the alts are dropping. London's dumping, guys. Stacks is about to go down, fam. We're all going to make money if you're on Stacks. That's the trade. That's the trade right there. How's it going, Josh? Crazy. 0074. I'm going great. If the market plays how I want the market to play. Bitcoin is starting to dump off that distribution here in Asia. So guys, if London dumps, that just means we're bearish. That's all it means. AMD is typically followed, correct? But if we're bearish, and every session is just going to drop. You could probably leave it up to New York to manipulate, although we are probably going to drop into New York. Okay, I wanted to show you guys something. That's not what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you guys something else. Okay, crypto. Look at this. Look at this, fam. Look at this. As a YouTuber, as an influencer, look at this. Wait, I need to past 5 years. This is absolutely insane. When I launched, well, when I was doing trading live with people back in 2020 or 2021, this was the peak, okay? Now the trend is going down, down, down. And that's over YouTube, right? Try over the web. Look at crypto the past 5 years. All-time low. Nobody's searching up cryptocurrency. Stocks too, guys. Look at this. Stocks going down. Okay. How about gold? Gold is flat, so gold is doing okay. So that's kind of the area we're in. We have mass adoption right now, but nobody's really moving the market. Even when Bitcoin went to 127K, who do you think moved the market? Right? Let's look at Tether DOM here for a minute. Is Tether DOM going up or down, or what is happening here? So 18 hours overbought and daily is overbought. Even Tether DOM is looking pretty bearish. Even Tether DOM is looking very, very bearish. Which is kind of weird to me. But the 4 hours oversold, so we're probably going to go up here. So here's what Tether DOM might do. I didn't want to say this to you guys because the trend broke. But there's a very big possibility, because the 3 days oversold on Tether DOM, that we range in this bull pennant for how many days, and then we skyrocket and we break out. Usually triple bottoms play out. And I really didn't want to say this because we hit resistance. But guys, with this 3-day that oversold, and with Tether DOM ranging as support, 18 hours not looking good, but we already hit the bottom of the 18. So we hit the bottom of the 18 on Tether DOM, and we hit the top of the 18 on Bitcoin, which means all this can do is come down and form a new trend and continue up in an uptrend. All right. Now, it is bearish on most time frames I'm looking at. But it's not looking good for the market. Look at this 3-day right here. This 3-day is not looking good for the market. I'm just being real with everybody, guys. I'm not trying to sugarcoat this. I'm not trying to sugarcoat this. We did break out. The reality is we did break out. But I'm not buying it now. I'm definitely not buying it. I was buying it before when we actually was pumping. But this 4 hour has this much more room now to touch the bottom. And we're in a bit of a downtrend here on the 4 hour time frame. So all I care about stacks dumping to the ground. London is taking us down. Possibly. Hope everybody got into that stacks trade, guys. You guys are going to make a lot of money as long as it plays out. Bearish dive, bearish dive, bearish dive. What about Aave? Someone said they were in an Aave short. Ooh, Aave was a really nice short here at 171, fam. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Beautiful short on Aave. Look at this. There are no liquidations up top for Bitcoin to chase. Going to come down and sweep the longs. There you go, man. And I can see why you don't want to trade crypto right now, because stuff like this, it's unbelievable. You break a trend, you should be dropping, right? Stacks is probably going to dump. This would have been a nice short here, but or not Stacks, Aave. Stacks is going to dump too, but Aave is going to crash and burn here too. Wow, look at that 4 hour, guys. Aave is probably coming down all the way back down to 144. And I would say about 141. Five minutes just coming down on Bitcoin, guys. Anytime you have a rising wedge like this, you're normally going to drop. I'm just curious to see what New York is going to do. That is my thing. Are we going to drop on a Monday? It looks like we are going to drop on a Monday. All right, let's get into some trending coins. But I do want to look at Doge, guys, because I've been playing Doge a bit. And I've been noticing how much darn money you can make on Dogecoin. And I'm talking money. A lot of money. So, okay, Dogecoin is pretty much going to do what Stacks did, okay? Or actually, Stacks is going to do what Dogecoin did. Dogecoin's dropping a lot more. But here was the break of trend. Pretty much if you break this low, like anywhere around here is a good short on Dogecoin. The 4 hours almost overbought. Dogecoin's probably going to come back down to around 11 cents. But Dogecoin is going to be such a good short. And I'll tell you guys right now, like, Dogecoin is not bullish. So Stacks was bullish a bit. This is just going to drop like bricks. Again, you didn't hit the top, which is really, really weird to me. But I guess we are that bearish. So pretty much you can expect Doge to come down to about 10.3 to 11. Play Dogecoin, guys. Like, look at the swings right here. These swings are crazy. So you've got 13.8 all the way to about 14.5 and back down. Do you know how much money that is off that bit of move right there? That is a lot of money. It's bad watching longs come in when the price is being forced down. 1 billion in liquidations. Yep. I made the mistake of showering while in a trade and got stop loss out and wick. Yeah. Yeah. Don't go eat a sandwich or shower or make love to your significant other, because by the time your trade's probably going to be wrecked. I'm just being real with everybody, right? So, guys, we're going to be live for the New York session tomorrow. Who's excited for it? So we might have a bit of fun and games here in London because we're opening up in 10 minutes. I'd be shocked if we pumped back up to 92.5, but it's very, very possible. Okay, how about Ethereum for my big cap players? Sinster, you're killing me. All right, guys. So even ETH broke out. Like, this is crazy. Biggest bull trap of 2026 right here. Michael, how we doing? Thank you for popping on the live, brother. Okay. So ETH is the same as Bitcoin, almost overbought. I just don't like that 18-hour, guys. That 18-hour is not jiving with me, but at the same point in time, the MACD has already crossed on the 18. ETH is still in an uptrend here, where Bitcoin is not. So here's Ethereum, just so you guys know. 3 days overbought, and Ethereum is in a wicked bearish pennant. Professor Carter, what is up, fam? I'm trading UK, US, and Tokyo. We got 2 Tokyo live sessions a week. Tokyo usually does nothing, which is why I'm trying to catch London. Today, Tokyo did something. That is a crazy bearish pennant on Ethereum. Something's coming, guys. Something's coming. This is the thing. So Ethereum already broke the trend, which is why it is very, very hard to recover, even if you broke out. That means Ethereum's going back down to about 1,300. But if I look at Bitcoin right here, I told you guys Bitcoin possibly could have. I said on that bullish case, Bitcoin possibly could have bounced off of the uptrend. Now, when I said that, I was being bullish at that point, right? Which means that this would have been the new trend. That's what that would have meant. But if it isn't the new trend, that means we absolutely did break. And that means that we have no uptrend. And that means Bitcoin is just going to play this downtrend that it has been playing. I still don't have enough confirmation, guys, because the weekly is oversold, which is why I'm kind of confused. The weekly is oversold, but we're not bullish. So I need more confirmation. Right now, my confirmation is the 3-day. This is a death cross, okay? We talked about it at the beginning of the year. It doesn't matter how you put it. This is a death cross, and the 3-day is very overbought. Yeah, that's all I really could say. It looks like there's a massive fake out. So if there is a massive fake out, then we drop all the way, well, I would say about 89, 88, 9 in that area. Anyways, we're shorting. Chili's looks like it is about to drop. Yeah, we have to look at Chili's. It hit the top already. Oh, Stacks is about to drop like bricks, guys. Look at this setup right here. I'm telling y'all, you can make $5 grand from this trade. We're pretty close to 5K. Okay, let's look at Chili's. Oh, wow. Chili's actually broke out. I wish I would have held my Chili's trade. I got out too soon. I didn't like that it was dropping. Chili's broke out, guys. I would not be short Chili's. This frustrates me because I didn't hold my Chili's trade. I was originally in Chili's at about 3 cents, fam. No, guys, Chili's could pump to 12 cents. Chili's 100% broke out. That's very annoying, though. I should have held my... See, we were dropping, but Chili's is going against the market. Chili's is doing its own thing, going against the market. Is there a possibility it fakes out? Yes. Is there bearish divergence on Chili's? Hold on, don't long it yet. Is there bearish divergence on Chili's? Yes. So I probably wouldn't be longing this, but it did break out. So this could actually be a fake out based on the fact that there is bearish dive, but I wouldn't be shorting it yet either. I wouldn't be longing it. There's bearish divergence. A lot of bearish divergence. Shout out to anybody that kept the Chili's trade from Christmas, guys. You guys would have made bank. Just absolute bank. All right, we're hitting a fair value gap here on Bitcoin. So there's one of two things that can happen. Either we back test off this, continue up, or go down. Based on what I'm seeing, we're going down. No, I think you guys will make a lot of money off of stacks, guys, because I posted in the mentorship today. If you guys are not in the mentorship, Beast Limits, or not, you know what I mean, free mentorship, beastlimitless.com. Is everybody in our app or website, beastlimitless.com? Let's take a jab at render here. Holy bearish dive, man. This market, guys. I'm calling a major drop warning in this market. Like, everything is so bearish at the moment. Bearish dive. Like, stacks is really good, but render too. Render is insane. Look at render. Bearish dive on render. Render is probably going to drop all the way back down to 136. If render breaks this trend, I would short render if you guys can. Or even right now, technically. I don't know. Low leverage, though. Or actually, I would wait for the break of trend. Yeah, wait for the break of trend. Not enough risk to reward. Crazy. This is unbelievable. 2026. If I could let you guys see the Grim Reaper in real life right now, crypto is pointing Grim Reaper all over the place. Yeah. Look at render. Render is about to dump. Render's another good one. XCN Rodney, how you doing? Appreciate you, fam. Thank you guys all for being on the live. Seriously means a lot. XCN is it. So XCN broke as well. The problem is it's a low cap. Actually, wait, XCN never broke the trend. No, Onyx coin never broke the trend here. It looked like it did. I don't know. It is overbought. It's just these low caps are just brutal sometimes. We have a little bit of a... I guess XCN would be good if it breaks this trend. It'll probably dump really heavy. It is on an uptrend at the moment, though. Oversold, but again, this is probably going to fake out. I could see XCN double topping. Overbought on the 4 hour. I would just set an alert right here, and I wouldn't try to chase it. Wait till it breaks the trend. These low caps are brutal. 376, 91, 376, guys. So again, we break this area. That means Bitcoin's going to dump all the way down to 87 if we're playing this downtrend. I was kind of waiting for this on Friday to happen. It never did. And now Bitcoin has finally hit that resistance, which means Bitcoin is still in a downtrend. London just has no care, guys. London is absolutely dumping the market every single day. And London's been bullish. So when we were in the downtrend. Something's coming, guys. I'm telling you, something is coming. What is it? I'm not sure. So Pepe 70s, possibly. I need to see if Bitcoin fakes out. I can't be calling 70 until it goes back inside that channel. Right now, I'm going to say about 89 to 88. Let me look if it's going to come back in the channel. So Pepe is still on an uptrend. But Pepe is going to be a really good short too. Because once Pepe breaks this conversion line, guys, Pepe is going to dump. Very, very hard. And if you're looking at Pepe right here, that is a 34% drop on Pepe, guys. 34%. Have an early morning Zoom. Got a call, got a bounce. No problem. Sinster Scalper. See you on the live tomorrow morning for New York and see you on the live for Tokyo. Well, I got to go to Pepe and I got to set an alert here. All right, let's look at CoinGecko here for some trending coins, and then I think we're going to look at some stocks and wrap this up. Canton's pumping, of course, when we're bearish, Canton pumps. IP is pumping. Story. IP is definitely pumping a bit. We'll look at IP. This will be a really good short when it is time to short, although it broke out. London Bridge is coming down, family. I'm really happy I got you guys in stacks before the drop because I am telling you that thing is going to print when it dumps. We might have a bit of manipulation, though, in London. I'm not leaving yet. I'm not leaving yet. I would expect London to range a bit and then continue to dump, but we'll see. London just opened. So IP is looking good, but it's so hard for me to call longs right now. Very, very hard for me to call longs, guys. I don't know. I would say IP could technically pump to 288. It did break out, though. It definitely did break out. Jumped in a Zilliqa short right now. We'll look at Zilliqa, seeing how we're looking for shorts. All right, Zil USDT. Holy, you know, I was trading Zilliqa, guys, when Zilliqa came out with their video game thing they were talking about. Whatever happened to the game console they were going to come out with? Does anybody remember about the Zilliqa game console? I think Zil has bearish dive. Faked out. Zil should dump all the way down to about 0.004. Yeah, that's good money. Look at that uptrend is broken. That is a good short. Right there would have been a beautiful short. 0.0579, beautiful short. CJDV in the house. What is up, man? If you want to trade stacks, I call the trade on stacks. Lower leverage. Ride it. Ride it. Ride it. Ride it. Ride it. See, it's about to hit the bottom of support here, but Bitcoin is, and then stop loss at 0.45 in that area. BUSD is pumping. Someone talked about BUSD the other day, and it is pumping here. My voice sounds good. Awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. This might be a good short later. I just personally cannot long anything right now. I don't trust London right now. I'll be real with you guys. I feel like we're going to have a bit of volume coming into the market here and ranging a bit. For maybe this hour time frame, maybe I wouldn't go short and I wouldn't get out of your, I wouldn't go long and I wouldn't get out of your short. But we are oversold in lower time frames. Emery Perez, how you doing? Canton, short or long? Wayne Rossi 4915, how we doing? I appreciate you for coming on the live. So Canton's been pumping when Bitcoin's dropping typically. Canton's in a major uptrend here. But Canton is in a head and shoulder. Overbought. Yeah, Canton's not looking too bad here. Maybe come back down to here for a short. I wouldn't be longing Canton. It did break out, but it kind of faked out. Yeah, I don't know about Canton. Canton is interesting. So yeah, guys, like I said, the market is probably going to range here a bit into London. Maybe for this hour time frame. But I could definitely see London ranging. If London ranges, we know New York is going to manipulate, right? because that 5 minute is oversold. So I could definitely see London ranging a bit. We have some resistance right here. So maybe London pumps back up to 91.9, possibly. But we did break the trend, which means we come down to here. 4 hours overbought, and 1 hour is looking pretty bearish. So I would say London's probably going to range, which would follow AMD, because if we range in this area into London between 91.8 to 91.1, that would be a range, and then we would continue the downtrend. But I wouldn't get out of shorts, because just make sure your leverage is good. And it honestly might be for this 1 hour time frame. We might be faking out a bit on this 1 hour. And then after this 1 hour, we might just continue to drop. We'll have to see what happens, right? Anytime a market opens, there's usually going to be volume for a bit. Now the 1 hour is dropping, 4 hours overbought. I don't see much of anything happening other than ranging. And you know what? It'd be great if we were overbought into New York. Because if we were overbought into New York, that would be really, really good. Yeah, I can see London. I can see London pumping the market a bit. A bit, not too much, but a bit. Yeah, so stacks broke, but it is oversold here, and the conversion line, you're below the conversion line, but you're dropping on the 4. So it looks like we're honestly going to range. It looks like we are going to range for a bit. Maybe after this 1 hour drop. We'll see. I'm going to hold my stack short all the way to Wednesday or Thursday. I'm probably not getting out of my short. I'm going to actually ride this. Every time I talk about riding a trade, AVE, other people make money. Anytime I talk about Chili's, other people made money. So I'm riding stacks probably to about 23. Yeah, I would say or at least 33, but I'm going to hold it. Definitely going to hold it. Can you please do an overview on Solana? Currently in a short. No problem. Appreciate you guys. Subscribe. We do lives every single day. Currently in a short looks good. Again, that 15-minute is oversold in the shorter term, but you did break that trend. And you've got some bearish dive here too, but that 1 hour is dropping. So I would say the 15-minute comes up a bit, and then you continue to drop on Sol. Really, really good short here on Solana. You had a beautiful rising wedge. Looks like you're going to come down to about 138. 138 on Sol would probably be my take profit. Shout out to all the new people on the live. If you're new guys to the live, let me know. I appreciate you guys. Loza, appreciate you. Thank you for joining. We'll be live tomorrow. Oh, guys, the live is at 9 a.m. for New York now. We changed it to 9 a.m. Because everything happens after 9 a.m. So, yeah. So if I'm looking at Solana here, yeah, you're looking at a take profit around 137 in the shorter term. But realistically, Solana can drop all the way down to 130 and ultimately down to, well, almost 100. You do got a little bit of a downtrend here, though, so Solana could pump to about 142 area. And then continue back down. Keep in mind, guys, London is open, so there might be a bit of movement into London. But I would say 142. If you break out of 142, it's either going to be a fake out or a pump to the top. But if I'm looking at altcoins, yeah, exactly. I got longer in bed too. So 9 a.m. is better for me. Going to bed at 3 a.m. in these sessions, I need a bit of sleep. Okay. So Sol at 92, yeah, possibly, right? ZBCN. Typically the first hour, guys, we know nothing in direction. And that's with every market. After the first hour is when you're going to know when things settle. If something pumps like crazy in the first 5 minutes of the market, possibly going to be an uptrend. If something dumps like crazy, 5 minutes of the market, 15 minutes of the market, possibly going to be a downtrend. So we've seen that London dropped when the market opened, and then we came back up. So you're probably going to get a downtrend. ZBCN is on a little bit of a downtrend here after hitting resistance. We broke the 4 hour here. We broke the trend. We're going down. We hit the top. We're going down. So I would say ZBCN drops as long as we break this or hold this trend right here. I know a lot of people are bullish on this project, but I would say we come down to here, 002, whatever that is, or a lot lower. Or a lot lower, right? So we are in a little bit of an uptrend, but ZBCN's very overbought, coming down. MACD is crossed. Yeah, I could see ZBCN coming all the way back down to 001. And I don't want to say that because I feel like I'm being bearish on people's projects. But the reality is, guys, I want to make you guys money, right? Make you guys money. See, the weekly's coming up. This is the wild card for me. However, weekly coming up doesn't really mean anything because that RSI never broke out. So there's that. Okay, guys, I'm off for tonight. I am done. I'm getting to bed. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Stacks is our main play. Renders our main play. Like you had around the top here, you broke, you faked out, right? All right. So like I said, I think, okay, don't quote me on this, guys, but if London wanted to, we could pump back up to 91.8, but hold your shorts because we're really weak at the moment. Got death cross here in the 5 minute. 5 minutes overbought, 15's not. However, that 15 can stay oversold because we already broke trend. So just because I'm saying that we could possibly pump back up to 91.8, don't get out of your shorts because we already broke the uptrend. The altcoins won't move that much even if we come back up here and drop. Or we just continue down after the first hour of the London session open, right? So it looks like we're coming down. I just want to give you guys an idea of what could happen based on that 15 minute to 5 minute. Also, before the New York session, it could happen too. I think we had a good live, guys. Yeah, Stacks is looking pretty bearish here. Okay, guys, if you have enjoyed beastlimitless.com for the new people, join it, fam. Subscribe, okay? Free app here. I put up the stacks trade earlier somewhere. There you go. Bang. All right. So beastlimitless.com. If you're new to the app, join it, guys. It is completely free. A lot of people are talking. And a lot of people are making money. So make sure you guys join this app. It is free. I don't want money from you. Okay. Just come in, hang out with the community. Guys, providing we make, look at Loza. Boom, short of this. Providing we make a lot of money off stacks, make sure you guys all save your wins and post them. It motivates me to do more trade signals and stuff like that. But keep in mind, guys, the 15 minutes are overbought. So you might get a little bit of a pump here. Possibly. Oversold, I mean. They're oversold. Through the night, we'll see what happens. Ty, no problem. Hope you have yourself a great night. We'll see you on the live tomorrow, guys. 9 a.m. CST, okay? I'll post that in the app. 9 a.m. CST is when we are going to be live in New York session. Have a good one, fam. We'll see you tomorrow. And for Tokyo, 8:30 p.m. CST. So Tokyo session tomorrow.